Hello, my lovely people. This is Zyger Fit because fitness is not only for the body, but fitness for the mind. And today, I'm gonna talk about experience. I'm gonna talk about the stress. The stress of being a self-employed. Disclaimer before I go into detail. Disclaimer. I'm not a magician. I can bring real value to your life, but you are the one who turns the button on to make the changes that your life requires. I am a motivational speaker, a public speaker, and I also work as a life transformational coach and a business mentor. If you want more details, you can read on the description box. But for now, I want to say that even when I share these insights with you, you are the one with the choice to make it work. I am sharing with you ideas on how to cope with the stress and the stress of being a self-employed. Let me start this way. We roar together! I can talk about this for ages. The stress of being a self-employed. I mean, I'm a self-employed myself. I've been self-employed for around 2 years now. My first business idea was related to fitness, real fitness, right? Like making workouts and helping people. I even worked for an external, as a freelancer for an external, a huge company. I'm not gonna mention now, but I was kind of empowering people through fitness content, right? And that first business didn't work out. It brought a lot of stress, a lot of bad times that I choose to take it as a way to continue my business idea, which is Tiger Fit. Fitness for the mind. We roar together, man. I'm bringing you value here. And what I'm saying is, I went through a lot of circumstances. I went through stages which carried stress to my life, till the point that I went into depression and anxiety. I was suffering from anxiety and depression. And if I am being honest with you, and I want to utilize this to empower you and to see where I'm coming from, I attempted against my life. I wasn't gonna make it. I didn't want to make it because I was so stressed out with the fact that I was a business owner and the fact that I am a single mom and the fact that I have to supply for my kids. There wasn't much to do, really. And I'm being honest, I felt outside my mind. I left myself behind because I even attempted against my life. It was so stressful. It was really chaotic for me. I didn't recognize myself. I got to the point that I didn't have any happiness to wake up the next day. Because I remember myself going through breaking my relationship, the relationship that I had, and that affected me as well. It was like everything was going bad. And I'm gonna repeat that because it was bad, with upper cases and little light shining behind the word. Right, it was really bad. It was really stressful. Because my stress from being a business owner, it carries to my personal life because I didn't know how to deal with that. And I carried to my little children as well. Two of them, one of them was going through anxious thoughts with me because she saw me. And I was like, I didn't know that all this bad energy was coming out of my being. All these anxious thoughts were coming out of my being. And something that happened to us as well in a personal level, it's just everything went into worse, from worse to even worse. And I remember myself feeling so depressed and not happy. I don't know if I can target the words to say it in a way that you fully understand what I'm saying. But if you haven't experienced this type of stress, this type of anxiety and depression, you wouldn't know what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like, I didn't have happiness to come back another day and deal with my life, right? So I had to deal with that. I have to recover myself. But like many people say, for you to be found, you first have to be lost, because nobody is gonna find something that hasn't been lost first, okay? And that's how I feel. I was lost into the stress of being self-employed, and that carrying in a personal level, I was lost into the stress of being a single mom. I was stressed and lost into being a mom in general, a parent in general, because there were so many things that carried into bad to worse and even worse that I didn't know how to deal with that. But thankfully, I went to the hands of people who knew how to deal with that. So the first thing that I'm gonna say is, one way to deal with stress is to get the hands of people who know what to do in your situation. And I'm saying like life coaching like me, and I'm saying like a life coacher that you know, and I'm saying like getting into the health provider, the NHS in the UK, and having a chat to your GP, having a chat to your doctor and explaining. That's the first thing, guys. Explain what is going on. Okay, if you don't want to go to a GP or make it that serious, that's fine. But talk to someone that you trust. I will suggest everyone to go first to a business coach or a business mentor, because they will make your life easier. I have like 2 business coaches, and I am providing the same service, right? And I am preaching, I am living what I'm preaching. And now I'm not talking about religious, I'm talking about example. I have like 2 business coach and mentors, loads. And people who I can trust and talk about things that worries me. Because what I'm doing when I'm talking about things is I'm taking the stress out of the box in my mind. Because what happened when you put a lot of a content, a lot of things in one box, the box will pop or the thing will overflow, messing things around there, reaching out to other areas, like it happened to me. Because my stress cost me. I was really anxious that I didn't get enough money to pay the rent, to pay the food, to pay the things. And I'm being completely honest because I want you to see me by the real me. I was really bad and sad. And I can tell you that many of you have gone through similar situation, and maybe at this moment you're going through a similar situation. Might not be the same thing, maybe something related to how much money you're gonna pay to your employees. How are you gonna do the tax return? How are you gonna make it to the next day if you don't have fuel? The cost of living is rising. Everything is rising, but the salary isn't rising, and that causes stress. But the first thing I'm saying is talk to a person that has gone through the same thing or that can help you. Because by talking, you're taking the stress out of your mind, like I said before. And this is physical, proven, and this is as well non-physical, and it has been proven as well. When you talk about something that's meaningful for you, what you're doing is you're spreading the energy out of the box, and now you're thinking in ways to overcome it. So my first suggestions for you guys is to Go and talk to a person that can help you, to a life coach, transformational coach, to a business mentor, to a business coach, to a business a counselor. Those are the type of things that you have to be available or able to reach out for when you need to talk. Because if before it gets worse, like it did with me, that I wasn't aware, you'll thank me later. But for now, I want you to focus on this. If you're going through so many stress that you are having the same thought or similar thought around the same issue every day in the morning, that means you have to talk about it. That is your warning line. Your body isn't a weird machine. It's a perfectionist machine. It's a perfect machine. Sorry for the weird word. It's a perfect machine. When you need something, it will make sure that it's gonna warn you, send you the warning lines, send you the warning thoughts so that you don't forget about it. Your body's just telling you, you need to talk about it. You need to get that energy that's bothering other areas on your body. You need to talk about that little energy that you're placing in one box that is too small. It's going to explode and mess other areas of your life. Imagine it is like that, like a little office with little boxes. And once you put too much of a liquid in one of the boxes, it just spread out. It's gonna mess all the areas. So before that happens, take that box and put it into another box that's gonna help you. Deal with your stress by talking to a person that's gonna help you. If you need my details, my description is down below. It has a lot of information about my business and what I do. But if you have a friend, it will do similar situation. You could try a friend, and if a friend doesn't work, I'm more than happy to help you too. And if you have the ability to reach to a counselor, they can do it as well. They can help you. The task here is reach out. And I'm gonna share on my next video practical ways that we can do to deal with the stress as a self-employed. I mean, that's so many things that we can talk about these guys, and I'm sure that you have you have a lot of examples to share with us. Make sure that you comment, that you share with me if you need any more information, that you share with me as well your experiences, because we might be creating here a community of people that can be blessed and can learn from somebody else's example as well, from somebody else's comment. So be kind to yourself and give yourself the chance to express what you feel by talking to somebody else about your situation. Don't leave it for later. Talk about it. My lovely people, if I have given you valuable content, I'm asking you to subscribe to my channel or to follow this account, because this will help the algorithm to pitch this content to people that are suffering similar situation, and therefore will be living in a better society. And people who need this content will be reaching it out sooner. This is all for now. This is Zygerfit. We roar together. This is Zygerfit. We are fitness for mind.